Hello everyone and welcome to another reading. Today we will have an individual reading for June. We will check his current energy, his career, his love life, and any healing messages that go through. And alright, I wanted to say that this is the second time I record the beginning part of his video. I tried before and I think I threw a tantrum at the fact that it was too noisy that day. But one of the things that I wanted to say was thank you to everyone. Your comments are very healing and they always cheer me up. So continue doing that. And I'm almost done because we have June, Seungkwan, Mingyu, and then Joshua. And then I will be done with all of the 17 members. And when I'm done with all of that, I will start doing the requests that I've been getting, which have been quite a lot. So hopefully I can just sit down and get working. And yeah, let's just get right into it. So let's go into June's current energy. My younger sister told me to tell my viewers, thank you for the support. Third time's a charm. Like, I'll take those. So let's see. His current energy tells us that, let's see, he has the World reverse, the Nine of Cups, the Prince of Swords, or the Page of Swords, and the Princess of Cups, which is the Knight of Cups reversed. So, seems like things are not really going how he wished they will go. With a Nine of okay, it's weird, right? So with the Knight of Cups, it tells me that things are going okay. Like he has hopes and dreams that he wants to accomplish, and he probably wants to have some sort of like emotion stability because of that Knight of Cups. However, the World reverse tells me that everything is kind of like going okay, but not really. Again, every time I see the World reverse right now, I see it as in like the environment we're in right now. It's not ideal. It is crazy. It is weird. Maybe overwhelming to an extent. And cards just fell. Like always, if cards don't fall, it's not a reading anymore. We have the Seven of Swords reversed. And the Prince of... Wait, I said that wrong. It's the Seven of Swords and the Page of Swords, both reversed. So it seems like I'm feeling some impatience from him, which I'm not surprised. He seems to be that type of person. He seems to be the type of person that they want something and they want things to happen quickly. It's hard to center and concentrate the energy for him. It's like there's a bunch going on and then it's hard to order those ideas down. Let's see. He has 2 pages, so that tells me that he's beginning to do something. Maybe he wants to take action. Maybe he wants to start communicating some ideas, but seems like he hasn't really gotten the message clearly, or like he hasn't gotten the green light to go forward into something. Seems like the cards come like together. Yeah. Yeah, something like that. Oof. I just felt my head spin. I was just trying to organize the cards, and then when I looked to get like the cards, the deck, I felt my head spin entirely. So the Seven of Wands reverse tells me that he's maybe struggling a little bit to fight his shadow side or whatever. There's some fears he has not been able to overcome, and because of that he needs to continue staying in this Page of Wands energy, which means that he needs to stay calm, center himself, ground himself before he can take action or before he gets the green light to go forward. We have 2 more cards. We have the King of Swords and the Princess of Swords reversed. So we have Gemini and Aquarius energy. We have Pisces, fire, air. There's a lot of air, so it seems like he's thinking a lot, which I'm not surprised. As a Gemini, he probably has a lot of thoughts in his mind. Yeah. there you go. Now they're all pretty similar. He's probably thinking a lot of what to do and how to communicate. But seeing how these two are reversed, there's a chance that he is struggling to be assertive and just say, this is what I think, this is what I want to say, and so on. There seems to be like he's struggling to communicate something in an eloquent way. If anything, he is in this energy of a page or a prince, and that tells me that he is at the beginning stages of figuring out how of an idea it may seem. Or let me see. So all of the cards are paired up. I just want to take out more cards, and it's difficult to talk when I'm just taking out more cards. I'll take out clarifiers for the top cards. So let's see. So it seems like he is with the World reverse and the Nine of Cups. Let's start from there. Seems like he's trying to make some of his dreams come true, and there's a sense of fulfillment and satisfaction with the Nine of Cups. But with the World reverse, I'm seeing that he's struggling to end the cycle. So there's a chance that maybe, yes, he's happy with what he has, but there's probably more that he wants, and there's a cycle he has to end there. Probably emotional fulfillment is what he may be struggling with. We have the Page of Swords, the Prince of Swords and the Princess of Cups. So there's a chance that he wants to, because we have Pisces and air energy, so there's a chance that maybe he wants to communicate with someone and it's not working out, or he wants to communicate with his spiritual and intuitive side and he's struggling with that. Usually the Princess of Cups in this sense will be someone that is suffering their cup, which usually shows a sign of love or fulfillment. So maybe there is someone he's thinking about and things are not working out, or there's probably a chance that he's trying to communicate to his feminine side. So he's trying to be a little bit more compassionate, nurturing, and motherly to himself. And it seems like he's trying to learn how to communicate with his intuitive side. Now, let's see. With the Seven of Swords, it looks like swords, but they're not. The Seven of Wands reverse and the Prince of Wands reverse as well. I mentioned that it seems like he wants to take action towards something, but he hasn't gotten the green light yet of that action. We have the Queen of Pentacles. Where will that go? Okay. So the Queen of Pentacles will go there. We'll talk about it later. So with this, I feel like he's overcoming his fears first so he can center himself, and when he has overcome his inner fears, he will be able to move forward, and by doing so, that's when he will get his green light to move forward. So it seems like right now he's in pause, or he's waiting to overcome his inner demons before he can move forward and take action towards something. We'll figure out what that something is in a bit. With this sword, this is where I feel that he wants to continue. He wants to develop and grow and mature in the way that he wants to talk, get a better idea or control on how to communicate properly. And I'm seeing this big whale right here, so it's like he needs to be a bit more patient because something big is coming. Maybe a big idea is coming through, and he needs to give it a little bit more of time, because it's kind of like it's an idea that's slowly developing and slowly coming to fruition, or he's slowly beginning to understand, and that's why it's taking a while. Well, I'm sorry. And there's a storm, which, by the way, it rained like crazy today. It's been very windy the whole day, and it rained, and it was very nice, and rain usually means cleansing for me, so that's good. But with him, I talked about it because it was like a thunderstorm, and there's a thunderstorm in the background of this King of Swords. So that tells me that he is trying to develop his ideas and trying to grow in the way that he communicates. But these two are reversed, so that tells me that there's potential for him to reach King of Swords type of energy. So Aquarius energy in this sense, so being able to think in a very innovative and different way, trying to communicate properly and be able to say, this is what I want, this is not what I want, be able to say with confidence, what it is that he's searching for, or what it is that he wants to do. But it seems like he relies a lot on his air qualities, but he struggles to sustain that level of maturity. And by maturity, I don't mean that he's like a child. I mean that he's trying to learn how to have more control of the words that he says. So yeah, he's not necessarily immature with the words that he uses. Even though it may seem like he's immature, he's not. I just feel that he is struggling to find the right words or the right ideas. And if that's the case, that explains why my brain feels a bit scattered as I'm trying to connect to his energy. So that Gemini energy of this Princess of Swords tells me that he is trying to probably learn something new. Geminis are very good at just learning many new things, getting knowledge. Not necessarily wisdom, just knowledge. Learning a bunch of random facts. Very curious. Very good at communicating as well. Maybe not necessarily eloquent, but they like social media, communication of any sort, talking to people. Oh, a card just flew out. And here I go, running for it. So let's see. So it seems like he's trying to learn or there's a potential for him to be very good at communicating his ideas and his thoughts. However, it seems like he's struggling a little bit to do that. And it seems like that's holding him back to take action towards something. I have a feeling that he wants to expand in his career. I mean, he was an actor before, like a child actor. And then he became a singer, of course, and with that he was able to communicate in many different ways. He expanded his way of communicating and expressing himself. And I'm getting that with these two cards, he sees a potential of more things that he could do. However, he seems to not really be there yet. So he's still going through the different possibilities or the way that he can expand the way that he communicates, if that makes sense. And before he can do that, before he can not necessarily embrace, but grow and learn and develop his skills so like that he could be slowly improving in his communication, maybe learn a new language, maybe finding new forms of communicating, maybe expanding his social media or something like that. There's something that he seems to be wanting to expand on and grow. Like it seems like there's a bigger idea lurking in his head and he just hasn't gotten there yet or understood it completely. And we have the Two of Wands and the Ace of Wands clarifying those cards. So that tells me that with the Ace of Wands reversed, he's not ready to take action yet. I feel that before he can take action, he needs to turn both of these cards upright, which could be that he just needs time to think things a little bit through further. And we have the Two of Wands upright, so that tells me that he wants to expand. He wants to find new ways of doing things, and I feel that he wants to take action in a form of communication, and that's what he's trying to develop and expand on. But this is all in his head. He's still just thinking about it. No action has been manifested physically. If anything, there's very few pentacles, so that tells me that there's a lack of earth energy, so he's not necessarily grounded yet. So to clarify this inner fears that he's going through and trying to ground himself and center himself, we have the Knight of Pentacles and the Two of Swords. So he seems to not know where to look. He's guarded. You have the swords right here, so he's guarded. He's guarding his heart. Seems like he doesn't want to hurt himself, even though the person. It could be maybe someone's offering him like a little heart. I always see swans as transformation and change. So with this Two of Swords, I'm getting that he's guarded and he's struggling to go through a transformation. and that's why he has to face his fears. But if they're reversed, that tells me that he's been struggling with that. He doesn't want to face something that is there. He may be struggling a little bit to overcome a certain fear or multiple ones, and whatever that is, it's overwhelming him because we have the 7 of Wands reversed. Seems like he's over analyzing things. So this is Virgo energy. We have Virgo and Gemini. So on this card we have Virgo and Gemini. So he has a lot of nervous energy, all about communication, because that's Mercury energy. I mean, I'm not of those people that checks that often, but it seems like Mercury has been retrograde pretty much the whole year for me. Like, or I probably pay attention when people are like, Mercury's retrograde, and I'm like, when isn't it? But that happens because Mercury goes so quickly in comparison to Earth that it always seems like Earth is always going ahead of Mercury. But in reality, Mercury is going so fast that it seems like it's going backwards when we're all moving. It's weird. Science that I don't know how to explain. But anyway, it feels like he's guarded. It feels like there's a lot of ideas and thoughts going through his head. There's a lot of mental activity that it's getting in the way for him to take action, even if it's to fight his own fears. So in this one, I mentioned that maybe someone is offering him a cup of love with this Princess of Cups reversed, but it seems like one of two things. He is putting it on pause, so this person kind of took a step back, or he's connected spiritually. And to clarify those cards, we have Judgment and the Hangman. So, one of two things. I see Judgment as someone with all of this blue and this butterflies. Again, butterflies, transformations, and change. With all of this blue and orange, I'm getting that he is learning how to communicate and connect with his desires. Usually, orange connects to the sacral chakra, which is us connecting to our passions and our desires, what we aim, and what gives us life. In a way, what motivates us to continue moving forward. And with this Hangman, I'm getting that he needs to start seeing things a little bit differently. The Hangman usually is of the energy where you have to see new perspectives, see things from a different angle, maybe walk in somebody else's shoes, trying to understand something outside from what you know. And seeing as there's very few cups, at least there's a lot of, there's a lot of Wands and Swords energy, so a lot of fire and air, but he lacks earth and water. So he seems to struggle a little bit to connect with his emotions and to ground himself on the 3D, like plant his feet on the ground. That seems to be his biggest struggle. So with this Hangman, I'm getting that he needs to see things differently. And with the Judgment usually means when you have to listen to your inner calling. So finally connect with yourself and maybe connect with your inner child and understand how you want things to be done or something like that. Let me see. So there's a chance that yes, he may need to connect a little bit more with his spiritual side, or maybe that's what he's venturing towards, and because of that, he has to encounter his fears, and new ideas of expansion and action are ready to go. So if you want to see it that way. And then on this last group, before we go into his career, we have the Queen of Pentacles and the Six of Cups reversed. So the Six of Cups to me means childhood, or it could be children as well, but I see it more also as things from the past. And this Nine of Cups, there's also a kid right there. So I feel like new beginnings, potentially. He seems to be going through ending a cycle and ending one and starting another one. So it seems like he's trying to... Oh, I just realized something. To me, the Queen of Pentacles usually means someone that is very caring and motherly. Not in a watery sense of like you feel it. More of a earthy sense. Someone that provides for you. Someone that cares for you. Because this is Taurus energy. So that tells me that... Because we have a couple right here and it feels like she's pregnant or something based on the hand location. And then we have a woman right here that has a little baby, so maybe giving birth to something. We have the Six of Cups that I always see as children. I mean, I don't know if you see this card. If you see this card closely, it's a little girl that is having a tea party with her stuffed animals, and you have fish and like, I guess, creatures of the forest taking care of her and hanging out with her, and there's light everywhere. So that tells me it's a good sign. Like, it's a good card, but it's reversed. So maybe it could be that he's thinking, oh, I want children, but not yet. Maybe it has always been his dream to have a family, or maybe he is trying to heal his inner child and trying to find what made him happy when he was a kid and overcoming fears from his past. Because it feels like this is it all of this kind of comes together, right? Like, it seems like there's a nurturing and healing that has to be done from this part, and connecting to his spiritual side, trying to go overcome his fears and fight them so he can center and ground himself. And then with all of this, it tells me that he's trying to also calm his ideas and thoughts so that he can start moving forward and start taking action towards something. So it seems like there's something big going on for him, and he needs to connect a little bit more with himself, put his guard down a little bit so he can transform. There's a sense of transformation. It feels like I'm saying there's a chance that maybe he wants a family, and that's why this is here, as much as he needs to heal any inner child wounds. So stuff from his past that is weighing him down a little bit, and that's probably something that is just kind of going like this. So now let's get into his career. Let's see what we have for him in that part. Let's see. What energy does he have for his career? We have a panther. So it seems like he is very guarded in his career. There's probably a chance that he's hiding something. And we have a dragonfly. He seems to be... Okay, give me a second. Fighting in the sense that he's constantly trying to change, trying to improve, trying to get better at what he does. And that seems to be like one of the things. Like, this panther tells me that he has fierce energy. But if you see the green in the eyes of this panther, it tells me that his heart is very guarded. He doesn't open up to people on how he feels. At least not, I don't think to the fans. To the members, it could be something else, right? With that dragonfly, I feel that he's still trying to improve his communication. We have fire and air. So again, a lot of wands and sword energy. Let me take one more. So it seems like in his career, he's still trying to improve in ways he can communicate and improve in his career. The panther tells me that even if he's going through a very rough time, he will not really show that to people, which, I mean, I'm not surprised. And, well, we got a couple more cards. Let's see, we have a crow. So that tells me that he is still, seems like he's going through like a difficult period right now with all of the darkness surrounding these animals. Usually the crow, I see that usually as someone that is trying to, that is very smart and intelligent, but is going through their own fears. We have the peacock, so that tells me that in his career, he feels like a king almost, or he feels validated, he feels powerful, he feels, what is the other word that I'm looking for? He feels comfortable, or at least I feel there's a lot of self-confidence and that he gets and fulfillment from his career. So it seems like what he's doing now is something that makes him very happy, in the sense that it makes him feel like he has accomplished things and achieved things. And this black egg tells me that he needs to go through his shadow side a lot so he can bring order to his life right now. Seems like his career is something that is helping him in one sense, but I think he needs to do more than just work on his career to center himself and be more comfortable. Go a bit more in depth with that. I feel that there's a lot of eyes. Like right here, it looks like almost like the eye of the peacock. So that tells me that he enjoys the attention he gets from people. But he seems to still be a very shy person. So, yeah. Let's see. That black egg tells me that he needs to go through a dark transformation. So, how do you say? Connect with his shadow self. Connect with all of the difficult things in his life. So that's why it's dark. It's black. And connect with his spirituality, as you see that purple, that is third eye energy. Let's see. So we have you're good enough. So again, with the dragonfly and the you're good enough, the peacock, that tells me that his career is something that he enjoys and that he likes because it gives him a sense of accomplishment, feeling like he has achieved something in life, and gives him confidence to an extent. Reminds him that there's a lot of good qualities and skills that he has. Because I do feel June is someone that is very hard on himself. He seems to always be wanting to be perfect or aim for perfection, which that's not something we can materialize as much as that's just an idea and a feeling. And then I thought there was a moon card that had flipped. Right? Well, I don't think anymore. And then we have new moon in Aries. It's time to take action. So it seems like I do have a feeling that he needs to start venturing into other areas of his career. I think life is encouraging him and telling him to start going outside of the group, trying to go outside of the comfort of 17 and go more of solo. Not necessarily have a solo singing wise, but maybe start acting again. He's been asking to get an acting role and he hasn't gotten it. And I don't think it's because of lack of offers. I don't think so. But it seems like he needs to expand a little bit more in his career. I think those are the different forms of communication he needs to start looking forward to or look for. Let's see. Are there more? Okay. And then nothing yet set in stone. And you're very close to achieving your goal. So and then on the bottom we have it's time to release negativity. So there's a chance that one of the things that we're getting for June is that he should be soon enough. I knew there was a card that flipped kind of weird. Anyway, so it seems like with him, he needs to let go of his fears, let go of negativity, so like that he can and feel like he's good enough. Start going through that transformation. Say to himself, I have the skills and I'm good enough to move forward. I should start taking action. And even though there's not, it doesn't seem like there's a plan necessarily of where he should go or where life wants to take him career-wise, but they're telling him that at least he will be able to shine brightly and start moving forward. It says right here, you're very close to achieving your goal. I think that he has a goal in mind that is not necessarily something that he will accomplish through his career. I think this is more of a spiritual thing he's going to go through, but it will manifest in a success career-wise at least. I do feel that his career is going to change somehow. But that's because I feel he's trying very hard to expand his form of communication. And since he's an artist, singing, talking, radio shows, social media. Right now he's technically a gamer once a week. So in a way, he seems to be slowly finding different forms of communicating. We have Angel of Silence. And we have endurance. So I'm getting that he needs to continue moving forward, have faith that things are going to change for him. I also feel that with him, we have right leg endurance. So continue moving forward, fighting through all of the 7 of Wands type of energy, overcoming fears, getting rid of that darkness and moving forward towards light. That Angel of Silence tells me that he needs to stop thinking, to think less. Listen to his heart more and think less. I have a feeling that he's always thinking of like, what should I do? How should I improve myself? All of these air qualities. And because of that, he doesn't allow himself to have the inner peace so he can center himself again and listen to what he desires rather than what he thinks he needs or what he thinks he has to do. Let's see. So, let's see. What does he have to endure? There's endurance. Verify endurance. We have the Star. So I have a feeling that his dreams will become true and they will be accomplished and they will happen. They will be achieved. So here, you're very close to achieving your goal. I think he will be able to make that happen. He just needs to continue working hard and not give up. Let's see, what does he have to take action towards? Well, it could be his career. Like, how does that look? So we have the Empress. He needs to be stable. So the Empress right here is actually Aries energy. Again, transformation with that swan. And funnily enough, when I remember how I mentioned that I recorded this before, and I got to his current energy, but it was so noisy that I was like, forget this, I'll do it another time. So he actually had the Empress back then, because I remember saying the whole thing about, to me, swans mean transformation and change. And with him, the fact that it's reversed, it tells me that he's finding it difficult to ground himself, center himself, be stable. That Aries energy, again, to Aries energy. So he needs, if I'm correct, June's moon is an Aries. And if that's the case, he needs to connect a little bit more with his emotions. Keep himself a little bit less guarded, because moon in Aries people tend to be a bit reckless and impulsive. So if they want to do something, they'll get it done, because they have this warrior type of energy that nothing holds them back. And I think that with June, he holds back a lot because he's thinking constantly, and that gets in the way of how he feels, and if that makes sense. So if he feels like, oh, I want to do this, it gets in the way, because then he starts thinking, but what about this other things, right? And I think that because he's not grounded and he's not centering himself, that makes it difficult for him to take action and move forward, even though he's getting like the green light to just move and take action. But I feel that, okay, physically he has all the qualities and skills that he needs to move forward and start going towards his dreams and achieving them. However, he's thinking so much and blocking himself and getting on his own way that it's difficult for him to see that life is giving him and presenting him with opportunities of career and stability. And with all of the yellow and green, I feel that he needs to connect to his heart chakra. Start looking for things that will satisfy him at an emotional level, not so much on the, I just want to accomplish things in life. And I was about to shuffle, but a bunch of cards just kind of went like, they just kind of just flew out, and we have Death, the Eight of Swords. So the Eight of Swords tells me that he's thinking a lot, and we have the Six of Wands. He will have victory. The Six of Wands tells us that he will be successful. He will be able to accomplish his dreams, as we saw here with this star energy. However, he needs to connect a little bit with his spiritual side, and by connecting to that, I mean that he needs to calm himself, be a bit more grounded, be more present, more in the now, rather than what if this, nothing of could be's or what ifs, but more of the energy of what can I do now? Be more in the present. And we have Death right here. That tells me that he needs to go through his Phoenix moment, transformation, pick himself up from the ashes, go through this dark period of facing his fears head on, and then boom, he will be caught up in flames and blossom, transform. Because we have like 3 signs that I see of transformation. We had butterflies in his current energy, and in his current energy in career, we had swans, and now we have a phoenix. Transformation. Death is all about destroying your old self and have this rebirth of your new self. This Eight of Swords tells me that all of his problems are mental. I'm not saying he has mental issues. What I mean is that he's thinking so much that he's blocking himself of taking action. I think there's this lack of communication within himself. He is thinking so much that it has become worrisome. It becomes a burden. Now he doesn't realize that he has trapped himself in his own fears and in his own negligence. I don't know why I'm thinking of that word. I feel that he knows that he needs to heal from the inside, and he's not giving himself the time and the silence and the space that he needs to just talk to himself in a way. I feel he's struggling with that. But when he overcomes with all of those ideas and that those thoughts are holding him back, then he will be successful. I think life is like, just do what you want to do, and you're gonna see that your dreams will become true. I think he's just thinking so much that's why in his current energy, I was mentioning that it's very hard for me to like just center center his energy and just ground it, so I could like focus on one thing. it was very difficult, and right now I feel a lot of like energy movement in my head, like it's constantly moving. So now let's enter his love life and see what energy he has for his love life. I feel that he tends to go in a pattern of thoughts. He seems to always start somewhere, like, oh, where am I now? How are things going? Then he starts thinking about his skills. I don't know. It seems like he has a way of going, like a journey on how he thinks about things, and that holds him back. So the energy he has for love, we have bear. We have a bear. Communication and confidence. We have a swan. Transformation. They're both facing this direction. The swan there's a reflection, water. So if he needs to start reflecting on how he feels about love, potentially. And that bear tells me that he's ready. Is he ready? Because to me, bears symbolize strength, power. I mean, that one looks very calm. Seems like it's someone that is observing. We have earth and water. So, oh, it's funny. It seems like his head is more in his career though, because right now we have earth and water for his love life. So that tells me that he grounds himself and he's emotionally satisfied when he encounters love or when he's in love or something like that. But in his career, in his normal energy, which is what he seems to be right now, he tends to be more in that fiery swords energy. So, I mean, fiery air. So that tells me that his feminine energy is working on like, oh, let's get love, let's nurture ourselves, love ourselves, maybe find a partner. But his masculine side is all about, oh no, let's start focusing on our achievements and our career, all the material stuff that makes us feel like we're getting something done. Work. Let's see. We have a dolphin. We have a starfish. So I feel that he will encounter a partner that is very emotional, potentially, because we have a dolphin and a starfish. We have a water symbol in both of them. The starfish tells me that it's someone that is able to regenerate. It's someone that is able to heal very quickly if life were to, like, not attack them per se, but let's say that he will probably find a partner that is very good at healing other people and themselves. It's kind of like if they lose something very big in their life, they're able to regenerate quickly because that's how starfish work. And this dolphin is very happy, very content. So it will probably be someone that likes to sing, or someone that likes to have fun, someone that is probably very witty, or someone that may be a bit childlike. And with him, it feels like he wants to be... Seems like when he encounters a love partner, or when he starts thinking about love, he will start to see he's going to find someone that mirrors him in a way, because we have a swan and then the reflection of it in the water. So I have a feeling that he will transform when he encounters a love partner. It will change him, and it's going to help him be a bit more stable. To me, the bear shows someone that is on the top, someone that will ground him a lot, because the bear from all the earth signs in this deck will be like the most stable and powerful one from them. So I feel that when he starts thinking more about love and encountering a partner, he will potentially start grounding himself more, feel a bit more confident. I feel more powerful, more in control of what he can do. He will feel more and think less, because there's no air yet. So let's see. What will happen to June if he encounters love? I almost dropped the cards. We have Angel of Truth. So I think he will start, again, we have like blue and yellow. So he will start to connect. Hold up. Okay. seems like when he encounters love, what's going to happen to him is that he will start to see the truth of who he is and how he wants to go through with life. I feel that he's been thinking a lot of, I think he wants to satisfy himself by working a lot, and that I feel that that's part of it, but I feel that what he wants to achieve is emotional fulfillment, and I think that's something that he will get through love, not necessarily through work, because I think he is successful enough work-wise, and I think he has achieved a lot, but I think he also needs to start doing things for himself, not necessarily go with the flow of things, but he needs to start having a little bit more power and control of what he wants to do. Okay, what will this person mean to him? That's kind of what I'm asking. Wait, I don't want the cards to just go flying. So I feel that the person that will be with him is going to be someone that we have the angel of vision. So that tells me that he's going to find someone that is going to help him see things in a different way. So maybe this person has a hangman energy, someone that is going to see things very differently, probably someone that's going to enjoy life a little bit more, and it's going to help him see the truth about himself, that he wants to just have fun, to enjoy life, be happy and satisfied and more fulfilled emotionally, rather than just feeling that he has to achieve things. Let's see, what energy does he have for love right now? We have meditation and contemplation, and we have full moon in Gemini. The answers you need are coming. So I feel that he has not realized that he needs to have emotional fulfillment so that he can be happy and content with himself, rather than, I think he's focusing so much in his career and trying to improve himself in everything, that he has reached a point of mental blockages. He's blocking himself, but he needs to, this meditation card tells me that he needs to think less. He needs to connect a little bit more with himself. What energy does this person have? How is this person? This person. South Node, don't let your past hold you back. And then we have New Moon in Taurus, prosperity lies ahead. So it feels like the energy that this person has, we have a lot of green for the person that seems to be coming for June. So that tells me that this person is someone that is very genuine and sincere. With prosperity lies ahead, it tells me that this person is someone that sees opportunities very well and takes them. And don't let your past hold you back. There could be a chance that this person is working on themselves right now because of don't let your past hold you back. So there's probably some inner child wounds as well that this person has to go through. I say as well because June had that in his current energy. There seems to be a lot of healing that he has to do, a lot of internal things that he seems to be pushing back a little bit. Maybe there's a chance that he's using his work and his career to distract him a little bit from the actual work he has to do. So not his career, but himself. That's what he has to focus on, I feel. So let's see. What stage is... I don't know. I think I want to ask if June is even thinking about love. I don't think he has a partner. He seems to be very career driven. Oh my god. The Hermit here. So we have the Hermit. I don't need to take out more cards to get an answer. The Hermit reverse tells me that he should be in Hermit mode. So what I mean by that is that he needs to start doing that, doing some soul searching, connect with himself a little bit more, have that deep emotional connection with himself, that spiritual connection as well. What else? He needs to connect with himself in something that will to know himself a bit better. Again, overcoming those fears and everything. That means that he needs to be with that angel of silence that we had for his career. He needs to do that. That Hermit energy tells me that he needs to use the Virgo energy of someone that is doing self-healing, a service of healing himself. That's what I'm kind of hearing. So I don't think he has even thought about a partner or trying to pursue and encounter a love life because he's concentrating so much in his career, and it seems like life right now is like, stop thinking about that. You want to have you want your dreams to come true, you want fulfillment. That comes from the inside. Not He will not find it anywhere else besides. He already has it, but he has to look at it. It's like he needs that light bulb moment. There's a lot of light. There's light here, and there's a light bulb in Angel of Truth. So I feel that he needs to just kind of connect with himself so he can shine bright again, or at least so he can acknowledge and tell himself, wow, there is a lot of good within me. I think he's struggling a little bit with that. I want clarifiers for the bear and the swan. Okay, clarify the bear. Three of Cups reversed. He needs to have more fun. The bear tells me that he's very cautious, he's powerful, strong, and everything, but he seems to not be approaching love yet. He in life is telling him, like, have fun, be a little bit less practical, and follow your heart. Whatever you feel comfortable with, go with it, but also start taking risks. I feel that he needs to fight a little bit more for what he wants rather than be complacent. I feel like that's the word I'm looking for. We have the King of Cups and the Three of Cups reversed. He seems to be someone that struggles in a way to have fun, like genuine fun. I feel that he should celebrate a little. No. Okay. So yeah, maybe he doesn't struggle with having fun. I feel that he has this childlike energy that allows him to enjoy even the smallest things in life. However, this Three of Cups reversed tells me that he doesn't celebrate the accomplishments he has achieved for himself, and because of that, I think he needs to give himself a pat in the back, similar to how I read for somebody else. I forgot who it was. I think it was Lucy. Give yourself that pat in the back. You're doing well. This King of Cups energy, this one is actually Scorpio energy, so there's a chance that life is kind of telling him to start following what he wants, what he desires, what he is passionate about, and just sit back and enjoy. Just relax and have fun. I'm going to take out 3 cards to get an idea of how he will meet this person, or if he has met this person. No, how will June meet this person? This dolphin, angel of vision type of person. You have the Five of Swords, the King of Swords, and the Seven of Wands. Okay, sorry. So, the Seven of Wands appear for this person again. not again. Okay, hold on. Let me get my ideas together. So we have, how will June meet this person, this dolphin, starfish type of person? We have the Five of Swords, we have the King of Swords reversed, and then the Seven of Wands. So something tells me that the person that we're looking at for June is someone that mirrors him a lot more than we think. In his current energy, he had the Seven of Wands reversed, the one that I continue saying the Seven of Swords for some reason. It had spears. Those look like swords. So while he's over here struggling to look at his inner fears and fighting them and encountering them and facing them head on, like, okay, I'm afraid of this. Okay, this scares me, just accepting them. I feel that he's going to encounter this person when he has overcome that. But I feel a mirroring in the sense that I feel that this person, don't let your past hold you back. So that tells me that this person is probably going through a Seven of Wands type of energy as well. This person's probably also overcoming fears, and that's the mirroring that I see between this person and June. So there seems to be that. With a Five of Swords, I'm getting that this person is a fighter. This person likes to... Okay, let me clarify. Yeah, we had a dolphin and a starfish, so yeah, a very emotional person it feels, or very spiritual and creative-wise, that type of thing. However, with the Five of Swords, I feel that this person also likes to go to battle, or likes to, let me see, or maybe it will be someone that he will have a lot of banters with, because how will he meet this person? Maybe just randomly. I mean, we have the Seven of Wands, we have the Five of Swords. I feel that maybe they will fight on their first encounter. And that King of Swords tells me that this person tends to like balance and harmony, but when this person is with him, they will just argue it out somehow. And that I don't think it's necessarily bad. I don't think like they're gonna have like the biggest fight in the world that you're like, why are they even together? I have a feeling that it could be one or two things. They start talking about the difficulties and the hardships they have gone through, and that's why you have the Seven of Wands and the Five of Swords. As much as it could be that they start bickering and they start having like some sort of argument because of some sort of imbalance they both have. The King of Swords reverse tells me that there's going to be maybe, let me see, I do have a feeling that maybe they'll have an argument when they're talking, or they will want to, the Seven of Wands feels like someone's protecting someone they care about, so maybe there's a chance that one person steps in to save the other from something. It could be something like that. I don't know. It seems a bit unclear on how they will meet, but it seems interesting. It feels like there's a sense of protecting someone from something, and that's why there's an argument or a fight. Maybe a disagreement. It could be between June and this person, as much as it could be like someone is trying to defend the other person from a situation or from someone. Because that Seven of Wands feels like someone's trying to protect their home or people they care about or their project. These three foxes are actually the ones that appear in the Ace of Wands that June had in his current energy. So it could be that while he's expanding and moving forward, this person will be defending him like, oh, you should go forward and follow your dreams. Life is trying to offer you this, so go for it, that type of thing. So let me get some clarifications on how they will meet though. Just clarifying those cards. Here's one card. We have the Queen of Wands. So again, Aries energy. So I feel like he will... I feel like he will meet this person when he finally takes action. He had Aries energy in his career over and over and over. So I feel that when he finally, does the inner work that he has to go through, he will be able to like meet the person that is meant for him, or the person that at least we're reading for right now. Like this energy that we have tapped into. Let's see. So when he finds his confidence, he goes through his Phoenix transformation, or swan transformation, or butterfly transformation, encounters all of his fears, and then with a little bit of time, when he has seen the fruits of his labor blossom, because the Seven of Pentacles is all about patience, but it's also like the fruits of your labor are finally growing and they have blossomed. So when he finally takes action and he goes through with it, and he will finally achieve his dream in his career, and that's probably what he has to do so he can start thinking of love. And then when that happens, he will start moving forward and encountering this partner. He needs to put his guard down. Let me see. This Ten of Swords is someone that needs to face their fears. Again, there's a mirror on this one. There was a mirror on the Swan. So when he also faces his fears, when he has accomplished whatever action he wants to take in his career, if he gives himself the time that he needs to make those changes and move forward, there's also this thing about he needs to put his guard down. This monkey tells me that he needs to have a bit more fun, be a bit more vulnerable. Like, I think when he accepts the things he's struggling with and face those fears, because this Ten of Swords means someone that is mentally overwhelmed to the point that it breaks them almost. So there's a chance that I feel that when he finally faces those fears, he will also start, or he also accomplishes the goals and desires that he has for his career. He will finally ground himself a little bit to be patient for things to blossom and kind of stabilize himself so he can take action. And when he's a bit more vulnerable and allows things to move in, then he will find this partner. This Nine of Wands is someone that is protecting something. So I feel that, again, there's this sense of protection on this side. And on this other side, it's like fighting your fears of sorts, I guess. So yeah, it feels like communication will be the first thing that he will get with this person. So yeah, that's kind of what I see for his love life. But let's get into healing messages. What healing messages we have for him. Okay, healing messages for June. Let's see what we get. Concluding messages. We have another bear. Brown bear spirit, take time out. So I feel like if he were to take time out, he will be able to finally have that moment of silence that he needs to center himself and connect with himself a bit deeper and be more grounded. We also have the chameleon spirit, act as if, the whole idea of finally, we have a 5 right here, so all about change. My bird is eating and then her bowl just went boom. That was a loud noise that you heard. Well, if you heard it, I don't know if you did. I'm trying to figure out. Okay, I'll put the cards here. We have the chameleon spirit, act as if. So the whole idea that if he goes through his transformations and finally follows his heart, his spirit, his soul, his emotions, then he will be a bit more of himself. I think he guards himself a little bit too much to the point that it's becoming a bit overwhelming for him to think of all the things that he has to do or that he wants to do, but it's not fulfilling. We have the mouse spirit, tend to the small things. So I think that he needs to start thinking of what he wants to do and what he wants to start taking action. The whole idea that I mentioned, that he needs to ground himself and think of what he can do now rather than later, or what he didn't do. So live more of the present rather than the future or the past. Then we have the horse spirit, freedom is yours. So he needs to, I feel there's this whole idea that he needs to free himself of all the thoughts that he has. He seems to always be thinking, and that's his worst enemy right now, because he needs to think less and do more. Then we have the flamingo spirit, embrace the in-between. So I'm thinking back to that swan and how there was a swan mirroring himself or itself when we had in his love life. And all the transformation and swans that he got. The Phoenix, the Judgment card. He also had the swans and the butterflies. So I'm getting that he needs to go through a transformation. And that will be... in his current energy, he had the Prince of Swords and the Princess of Cups reversed. So that tells me that he needs to start encountering and connecting with his spiritual side a little bit more. We have a bat spirit. His rebirth is assured. So again, that Phoenix moment that he's going to have, the transformation and change. We have deer spirit, bring a gentle touch. So the whole idea of being nurturing and motherly with himself, a bit more caring, and give a service to himself, which I think he had the world reverse. That was one of his current energy on this area. He had the world reverse, the Nine of Cups upright. He had the Queen of Pentacles upright, and he also had... what was the other card that was right there? I don't remember. Oh, the Six of Cups reversed. And then we have a 9, so change and transformation. We have the Antelope spirit, life is speeding up. So I think life is constantly changing, moving. We had the world reverse, so the whole idea that time does not wait for anyone. That idea that time is constantly moving. It doesn't matter where you are in your life, what stage of life you are, or what you're thinking, or what you're planning to do. Life is just going to continue moving, and if you're left behind, you're left behind. And if you want to move forward, then you can move forward with life. I'm not saying that he's been left behind or anything. I'm just saying that if he continues thinking to the point of blocking himself, then he's not going to get anything done. And time is going to continue moving forward. Let's see. We have Bobcat Spirit, Life is a Mystery, and the Beaver Spirit, Lay a Solid Foundation. So with Life is a Mystery, I'm getting that since life is a bit confusing and it can be a bit overwhelming and a little bit over the top sometimes, so the world reversed right there, I think there's things that he's not going to know. There's going to be things that he may not even have a clue on how to move forward with in life, but it doesn't mean that he can't take action towards something. I feel the whole idea of like if he lives more in the present and grounds himself, then there's no need for him to start thinking of what could be or what could have been, what happened or what didn't happen. So think to start living more in the present, because life is always a mystery. It's very hard for him to plan everything and for things to go according to plan, because life can, just change overnight, as it happened this year. It's crazy. And this Bobcat has green eyes, which makes me think of the panther. So the whole idea of like his love life is gonna be a mystery. Well, the panther wasn't his career, so never mind. So his love life is gonna be a mystery as well. At least we're not gonna know. But with Life is a Mystery and the green eyes, the panther also had green eyes, and that was in his career. So the whole thing that there's inner fears that he needs to encounter, and that's a big load of mystery in there. But then also his career and how he's gonna move forward in that journey, that's a mystery. So yeah, life is a mystery. And then we have the Beaver Spirit, Lay a Solid Foundation. So the whole idea of he needs to transform and change, so like that he can ground himself and finally put his roots down. We have 33. There's double 3, so I feel that partnership and working with other people, working with his with spirit and life, that kind of thing. So let's see. Since June's last name is Moon, let's take out more moon cards for his healing messages. We have full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. So I find it funny. So I forgot if it was in his career. I think it was in his career. That I showed the bottom of the deck and we had full moon in Scorpio. It's time to release negativity. And then it comes back again in his healing messages. That tells me that he definitely has to let go of any burdens, let go of anything that he feels overwhelmed with, let go of thoughts, ideas, beliefs, emotions that are not benefiting him or not positive or not doing any good to him. Let's see any further healing messages. We have another Scorpio card. New moon in Scorpio, work through your fear. So the whole thing that I've been talking about over and over and over throughout his whole reading, that he needs to face his fears head on and finally overcome them, or else they will be dragging his feet and bringing him back the whole time. And then we have Blue Moon, believe in the impossible. So the whole idea that I think that right now he may feel like it's very difficult to face those fears and what good can come from them. It's just holding him back. But I feel that the Blue Moon is telling him, believe that things will change, that things are going to look brighter, that things will finally center themselves and ground themselves, and that everything will be a bit clearer, I feel. Believe in the impossible. So the whole thing that he wants to achieve his dreams, but he needs to take action. I think life is telling him, don't worry, we have your back. We're gonna help you out any way, shape, or form we can, but we need to make sure that you can hear us. And that angel of, oh my god, I just dropped cards. So he had the angel of silence in his career. He had which told me that he needs to center himself and listen a little bit more. And what was that card? Embrace the in-between. So he needs to start listening to his inner voice, start grounding himself more and balance, and believe in the impossible. Is the whole idea that if he grounds himself and centers himself, he will be able to hear the opportunities that life has for him. So that gut feeling that tells him, oh, I should do this, I should not do that, I should move forward, I should wait, that type of feeling. And then the other Gemini card in this deck, we have New Moon in Gemini. Communication is key. So what I was saying right now about being able to communicate with his inner self, with his heart, with his emotions, his spirit, his mind, his work, being able to connect with himself and communicate with himself deeply. We have 2 new moon cards that tells me that there's a lot of growth and transformation that he has to go through, a lot of changes, a lot of new beginnings and new cycles that he has to, or he's about to enter. So that kind of thing, right? But things are slowly becoming brighter and brighter with the new moon. So yeah. Then at the bottom of the deck we have new moon eclipse. Expect powerful changes. So I think life is kind of telling him to, they have big plans for him with expect powerful changes. I'm getting the whole the imagery of the card in his current energy, which was, I think, the Princess of Swords that had like that white whale. And I was like, oh, it feels like a big change is lurking through, and he's about to, like maybe a big idea, a big change, a big transformation. And I think he's having a lot of self-transformations that he's going through, a lot of changes for him. But I also feel life wants to bring him something. And the only way he can get that and achieve that is if he connects. We have purple, 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 and blue. So yeah, communication is key. He needs to connect with himself, with his spirit guides, with his guardian angels, however you want to call it. But he needs to connect to the source of life, in a way. So yeah, I'll leave that there. I hope you like this video. And the next person will be Seungkwan. So once again, thank you to everyone. As we are growing as a family, as a community, as a Waddle. We're all growing as a penguin crew. What was I going to say? Thank you for everything. And I am almost done with 17, so your request will finally be, you will finally see, you will see that patience was key in my channel. And yeah, I think I'll leave that there. Yeah. So thank you for watching. I hope this was entertaining. Love and healing from my part to you, and seeing you on the next one.